Coming live from the command center of the JW Solar USA in Minnesota. Guys, I just want to show you what I've done with my Powerwall with a electrical panel and with a Vevor Hybrid Inverter charger, 3 kilowatt, 24 volts, 230 volts international. So guys, here's the bus bars. These are the inverter wires right here, inverter wires. I got a shunt there from Renogy. That is the control module, the display module, the Renogy. It's right here. I'm mounted in a box, nicely built, strain relief. And that's going to be monitoring how much power coming in, how much power going out. And like I said, I'm going to do a little bit recap here. These are batteries, the modules that came from medical cart. So I bought them from Battery Hookup. And 12 in parallel, 12 in parallel, 12 in parallel, 12 in parallel. That's a 48 modules here, wired in parallel. After that, I did the series connection. All the blacks for this module come to this one here. See the red? So it makes it a 24 volt. I did the same thing here. I took the other black ones, come here. See right there? Makes it a 24 volt string, 24 volt string. Then bring the positive to the disconnect right here. This is a 200 amp. Is claimed for 200 amps disconnect. For 3 kilowatts, which is 2,400 watts of power, I think it's going to be fine. Then I incorporated a 250 amp bus bar. So I got a negative and positive. So what I did, all the series of these comes right here. The negatives all after the series connection. Positive to negative. We connect those. We gathered all those wires. All come back here. And did the same thing here. Right there. Here. So we end up with one negative and one positive. Okay. One positive comes all the way to the disconnect right here and route itself all the way here. So it came all the way here to this. It goes around to here. And the output comes right here to the bus. So we can able to disconnect, isolate the entire battery or the system by flipping this switch right here. It kills everything. So now we're gonna have this positive right here, which is the inverter. It's gonna come on the positive side here, and while the negative is already connected, which is the shunt right here. The shunt is right here, sitting right here. So I've just got to take it from here now. That negative is gonna be this guy right here. Is a number 2 gauge wire. Goes right here. I was thinking about putting a fan right here, but I don't have the tool to cut it. Well, I had it, but I shipped it overseas. So I don't have it anymore. I don't want to buy one anymore. But I want to open up here so I can have air flowing. I was going to do that right here, but I have to put the disconnect. I was going to put it up here. Okay. And since I have this knockout strain relief, they're all piped in or whatever. They have vents here. If the fan would have been here sucking the air, it's bringing cool air from this side and bringing it into here. This side is nice again for me to add like a charge controller, like a Victron little guy, if I want to increase more solar panel, because the max this guy can take is just few panels. Let me show you what I've done. Haha. The fun time is here. There we go. This guy's already mounted. I drilled and put some bolt and nuts right here and anchor this Vevor or Vevor, whatever it is. Then I came back right there. See the bolt right there? So I don't want you guys to concern. It's not touching the board at all. And anchor that one right there. So that bad boy is not going anywhere. Then I utilize the holes I already have here before, because there's switches here when I bought this box is used. So you see what I'm talking about here. And I put a kind of like a strain relief, but it's kind of rubber, which just to prevent the wire rubbing from the sides like here, so you can cut the wire. By doing so, it can create an arc. If this positive end up to cut the metal and this negative, you know, touch the metal, is gonna be a big arc. This one old box will be electrified and it's gonna short itself. So this is what I've created. So now look at that, it's right there. I can open this door, it can swing in like a swinging swelloid. My friend used to say that all the time. So, and I copied that from him, whatever it is, but yeah. So now I have, when you come here, you will see how everything come to play. And like a seal, a bushing seal like, so it's not rubbing on the metal at all. So these are the bolts and nut I utilize. And it's number 10 on my socket spanner. And this box has a lock. I can able to take this one off and put one. I can keep this mechanism and get another one that can utilize a key. So you can just use a flat screwdriver or maybe a quarter or nickel or whatever penny can open this for quick release. So this is what I've created. I hope you like this, and we're gonna go about installing the wires now, because if you see this guy, I can able to route this wire and bring it all the way, take this guy out and take this wire here. Maybe I have to set the camera so you guys can able to see. Stay tuned. All right, I think I managed to do this, and I can just take this guy out and remove the lock washer and the washer, and I can able to route this cable properly without any trouble. Sorry, it might be a long video, I don't know, but I'm trying to do the best I could here for you guys to able to see, because some of you guys want to see what I do, and makes you guys feel more comfortable, or some people just want to learn how everything is going. All right, so we have this now, washer and a lock washer and a nut. Voila. So this part is almost done. Okay, so we have to grab our socket and tighten up this bad boy. Some people already asked me to do a live thing to show what I'm doing, like this right now. It's a tough decision or a tough thing to do, but to film and do the work simultaneously, it's not easy at all. I don't want to go through all the other trouble trying to edit things. Really, it's just ridiculous. So now we're gonna take our positive lead and we're gonna go right there. I think I gotta rotate the camera if you guys can see. Sorry for that sharp turn I took. Make some of you guys really dizzy. I didn't mean to. So we're gonna go right here. We're gonna connect this guy right there. Okay, so we're gonna take this positive, if I'm not gonna knock my camera down. Yeah, it's gonna pass it right there. I'm gonna move this camera. So it's gonna be right here. So doing so, I don't like this. I'm not gonna pass it over the wires. I want to pass it underneath the wires here. So I have to drop the door a little bit, maybe. There you go. So now we're gonna utilize the same thing again. A washer, flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut. And this is gonna be, it's a big one. Is 11/16. The negative one is smaller. Is the negative one is what? Shiny, I can't see. 9/16. If you're curious. So I bought these bus bars on eBay from one guy, and I think this is a bang for the buck. Instead of having two bus bars, both positive and negative, I can able to do this, but he already marked using one side is a positive, one side, the other side is a negative. So that'll save you a lot of money. Although it's really expensive, it's 250 amp bus, which I have to pay. I think it's 27 plus tax. I think is came up to about around rough estimate about $30 or $35, around that. So now we are done with this guy right here, the bus. So now look at this cover. So you get a lightning bolt. I don't know if you can see on the camera. Yeah, see the lightning bolt. So say do not touch or don't go in here. It's trouble. So now I have the little wire right there. This is for the shunt. The wire came to the shunt right there, the positive. And now we're gonna go like this. It has like a bushing. When you push this thing here, it sits right there. It's not going anywhere. And okay, I got a little clip of this wire. Get out of the way. Okay. So guys, tell me what you think. I think JW Solar USA is doing a good job here. You know I can feel it myself. Doesn't mean I'm trying to brag or anything, but look at his work. When I drop the door, it's gonna just fold all the way in. See that? Like a shock mount. So this one is gonna fold all the way. I already routed. This one is gonna sit right there on top of the battery, which is the negative here, and the other part of it fold all the way here. So look, closing the door. Look at that. Look at that transition. Look at that. See that? Comes like the black wire. Look at it. Look at this red one is flexing as well. And here we go. Ta-da! Look, everything nice and dandy. You know, my friend used to say that too. So I just thought about him today. So and goes that way and get all these wires situated and close. Voila. And this one is not on the way. Make sure it's not pinched. And everything just just want to be on the safe side. Everything is nice. Look at that. Done. Done. We are done. Beautiful build right here by JW Solar USA. So this side, this one here, I have this is a US cable, it's a 1012, 600 volts. It carries up to about 90C. It's a UL listed. Sorry, excuse me, shaking the camera. It's a UL, see that? Water resistance. You guys really likes the numbers and the wires. So it's minus 40C and made in the USA, 600 volt. So I put this one here to charge for the AC side, so we can have the charge and all the fans and everything. So on my previous test, I incorporated this little wire here. It's a thing for computer monitor or computer PC. So this one goes to the transformer when I was trying the last time. So I use a step down transformer. It's a 500 watt, so it goes down here. So I'm gonna, if I want to ship this unit when I'm done with, I'm taking this guy out. They don't need a transformer. I'm building this for someone international in Africa. So it's going right there. You can take a good glance of the system, and all the positive is right in the positive. 2 gauge wire, all that stuff. There's a switch right there in the corner. That's this one here, and it has the comms, and it has 230 volt AC input breaker right there, here, like a push button, a reset. And I think we're gonna close this. I already have the Solar Connect MC4 connector. That makes it easier. These things they put here, they're just stupid. They're nonsense. To expect they can hold the wire, no. So they snap, little ones. So I'm gonna do and close this guy here, put the plate, cover this thing, and we are done. But right now, so far so good. Let's power it on, or let's see if it works before we're gonna shut or close everything. So let's come to the switch right here and flip the switch. See that? Clockwise. And supposed to be power coming in. And watch this. That's the switch right here, but I'm gonna lift this so you can see the screen. Ha ha! The fans are all raving. You see that? Look at them. They're going to town. Ha ha! JW Solar USA, the man himself. So we build stuff here. Yeah, we do build stuff in Minnesota. Trust me, we have the coal. We make a lot of power in solar. Winter time, people think because we have the snow, no, we don't have power. It's not like all the lucky states that has more sun, but hey, they have the heat. Texas, Arizona, I'm not picking on you guys, Nevada, the desert, but I think the Vevor, or the Vevor, V-E-V-O-R, whatever it's pronounced, well, any of you guys, the company, you want to support my channel for doing this review and building this nice piece of Powerwall mount, look at that. These are lithium metal hydride. So look at that. It's well, nice and done here at the command center of the JW Solar USA in Minnesota. Well, let's take a spin with this bad boy. Here we go. We're gonna close this guy and call it a day. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. By the way, JW Solar USA has done it again. Well, we have power in the house, and that guy is on. This guy is on. This one tells how many. Look at that, just the fans raving. 1.41 amps, 37 watts. is drawing from the batteries. So now you can have a clear representation of everything that is happening here. You can tell the idling time, people complain about that as well. Have it on a power saving mode, and you guys can see it's pulling 1.02 of an amp and 26 watts idling, bringing in a 228-29 volt AC. So what do you think about this, guys? What do you think? So just plug in the solar panels right here. We are right on business. So let's put some load and see how everything works. Stay tuned. Well, this is a transformer. It's the baby one, not that heavy. I'm just making fun. Look at that. Those are the specs right there. 500 watt, 220 volts, 110 volt. So you're stepping it down. It's a grounded step down AC converter made in Taiwan. So these wires right here, the one I was telling you about, is made for that. And if I take this guy, let me take this guy off so that we can have power and plug our water dispenser. I have the wire right here, so I'm gonna take this guy. It has handles and you can able to anchor that here, and we're gonna be observing. Oh, look at that, the amps are dropping 25. Let me push the button. If the light comes on, goes up. Yep, it jumps a little bit. 200 of a volt of an amp. 0.2. So we're gonna drop this guy right here, and we're gonna plug this guy right here, and I'm gonna plug the load on the other side here. Let me use my water dispenser. You guys have seen it before. Here is my Primo, and we're gonna try and power it. But we have to be careful because of the transformer is only 500 watt. Well, let me give you the specs on the back of the Primo water dispenser. Here are the specs. Can't read the backwards, it's not that easy. See that? 115 volts at 4.7. So multiply 115 by 4.7 amps. That will tell you exactly how much power this guy is using when you have the water thing here. See that? The hot water and the cold water. Now we're gonna just use the cold water. Alright? I don't want to max up this thing. Well, you guys are out of luck because I was gonna use my kilowatt meter and plug it right here so we can see how much power the Primo is pulling. Here goes the wire for the Primo. We're gonna plug this guy in the transformer, and let's bring this meter down here. You can see simultaneously if it's gonna trigger the power from the DC side on the batteries. If something's gonna change, watch this. Okay, are you watching? I'm plugging the transformer now. Let me adjust the camera. I'm plugging it here, and watch if the power change. Yep, there's a spike. Now it's making 1.2 amps just sitting there idling. That's why I keep telling people that I use a 230 volt inverter, and this is on a transformer, 5 kilowatt transformer. This is just a baby one. Look at the spike. So let's disconnect again. Look at that. From 0.91 amp, it's not even an amp. And look at the watts, and look at the amps, look at the battery. So I'm gonna plug this guy, not even plugging any load yet. This guy is not even on this side right there, nor here, and it's pulling power. Check this out. Watch this. Watch. The volt didn't go anywhere, but the amps and the watts jumped. So now we're gonna plug this guy here. I like to do this experiment, you know, people will see to get understanding what a transformer can do without doing nothing. Leave this guy running for 24 hours, or your fridge or freezer is cycling, it's taking power. Some people say, oh yeah, that's why you need to have more bigger battery bank. But I'm not buying my batteries for a transformer to just suck the power out of them. No, I have to use every bit of power. And let's go and plug this guy. Okay, look at this. Watch if it's gonna change. Nothing, because there's no load. Yeah, it's plugged. And watch this. I'm gonna turn the Primo. Now, sorry for all the shake. Now we pull in a 1.22 amps constantly. And watch. 5, 4, 3, 2. There you go. See the jump? It pulls almost a 150 something on the batteries. This is the battery side. This is not AC. Don't get it wrong. It's a DC. So this is all about the battery right here. It tells us that we keep running this. We're gonna be having 30 minutes. That's what it says. I don't know, it's not right because it's not calibrated. And right now, look what is going on. 110 watts coming from the battery. We pull in a 4.25. So let's come to this bad boy here, the inverter. It's a long video, but be patient. You want to learn, this is what it is. Take patience when you want to learn things. So we are close to 229. It's showing the battery here, the capacity. This one seems to be a little bit accurate, and this one here is a joke. So let's cycle this and see. So that's the battery, 26.1. It's supposed to be all the way to 29, very close to 30. Supposed to be almost 30, and we have 26.1. Okay, we have a 550. Okay, that's 50 hertz, and it's not showing any the percentage of the load because too low is small. Oh, it just flick 3%. So the load, the percentage of load on the volt amp, the VA, it was saying 75. So it says 3% on the load. The load VA is 74. So it says about 72 watt is pulling AC, while it's pulling here 112 watts on DC. 25.9. Well, seems like it's getting accurate. The last time it's there is 26 the volt on the batteries. Okay, might be a boring video for other people, but if you're looking for proper understanding, you can see. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. So it said it's pulling about 4 amps. 4 amps from the battery of AC on the load. And there we go. 4 point something 3. Yours on the battery side. Okay, that's a battery. It's very close because I think the decimal rounded it up. And let's see, I think we're done. So AC is not plugged in, and no PV. I like to plug PV on this and see. We're still pulling 72 watts while we're pulling 100 and 3:13. Now it says about 21 hours and 44 minutes. The total capacity of this battery I have in here is a 95 amp hour battery bank. Now sitting at 25.8, and here it's saying 26. So a little bit of discrepancies here. I wish I could put more load. Well, this one ends the video. I hope you like. It's a long video. I'm not gonna edit it. Patient, watch it, love it, and we are done with this build. Trust me. Solar comes in here, voila. Then if I have to have this one, is gonna be wired on hot wired, but not with this wire. It's a beefy wire, maybe a number 10 AC, a 10.2 or 10.3, whatever they use overseas. I know it's a blue, a brown, and a green, which is the earth ground. So that's what it is. Then we can go about, it's gonna help some family, whosoever I'm sending this to will really love me and thank me and pray for me. Yeah, so this is what it is. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's cool. And it's really quiet, right? Yeah, I like that. Okay, it's another project here, the Volkswagen, the e-Golf. It's gonna be another project. Stay tuned for this. I have this little meter I have for years. It can do lead acid and lithium. Before lithium became who it is right now, I was trying to understand this meter back in the day. I bought it from Amazon years ago, and I lost the manual how to program it. As lithiums are going now, I'm getting it because it's on a 4S something battery, 12 volts. Yep, guys, 32 minutes on this video. Yeah, this is pretty cool, and we are powering this. You know, one thing I want to try the AC part of it. So let's try 120, 110, 120. This machine can take 110, 120 to power, to charge the batteries, because you can change the parameters here. So started looking for voltage at the 70 volts all the way to 100 plus. You can do that on this. So I set it that way, and which is a standard. And now we're gonna try and charge these batteries here using our 120 volt North America to that international. Stay tuned. You know what? I have an idea. Why can't we use the Outback here to charge the batteries? Let's do an experiment. The Outback is sitting at 31.0. The battery now is cycling, nothing is running, so I have this one, lights flashing here, so power saving mode. I can plug it here on one of the outlets here and see. It'll be interesting, right? Solar charging solar. Yeah, you gotta know what you do. So we plug it right there. You're using solar to charge solar. There you go. We plugged it. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. The AC is connecting. The AC is connecting. I'm missing that. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it into the power saving mode, so it will recognize that. But let's get the AC input. Okay, AC, let's go back here. AC, the volt, 170 speaking, and we're gonna go on the battery. Stay tuned.